Let's be honest. When Manchester United lost to Grimsby Town in August, how many of you thought Ruben Amorim would still be manager by October? And how many of you thought United would be sitting in 4th place, looking down at Liverpool on the table? Yeah, that's what I thought. This story just got very, very interesting. When Ruben Amorim walked through the doors at Old Trafford in November 2024, few could have predicted the roller coaster journey that lay ahead. Fast forward to today, and Manchester United find themselves in 4th place on the Premier League table after 9 matches, sitting comfortably above both Chelsea and Liverpool. It's a remarkable turnaround that has everyone asking the same question. Has the sleeping giant finally awakened? Let's rewind to August 2025, when the new season kicked off with all the promise of a fresh start. Instead, United stumbled out of the blocks in spectacular fashion. 3 consecutive matches without a victory painted a grim picture. The lowlight, a humiliating defeat to Grimsby Town, a 4th-tier outfit that sent the Red Devils crashing out of the EFL Cup at the earliest opportunity. Adding insult to injury, both Manchester City and Brentford put 3 goals past them, leaving supporters wondering if things could get any worse. Remember, this was a team that had limped to a 15th place finish the previous campaign. The warning signs were flashing bright red. Social media erupted with calls for Amorim's head, and prominent voices in football media were already labeling him as potentially the weakest manager in England's top flight. The knives were out, and it seemed only a matter of time before the Portuguese tactician would be shown the door, barely months into his tenure. Then something shifted. On August 30th, United scraped past Burnley with a narrow 3-2 victory. Critics were quick to dismiss it as nothing special, just 3 points against a newly promoted opponent. Their cynicism seemed justified when the Manchester derby delivered another loss. However, the Chelsea match brought a glimmer of hope with a 2-1 triumph, though skeptics pointed out that the Blues had been reduced to 10 players just 5 minutes into the contest. When Brentford claimed victory in the following fixture, it confirmed what many had suspected. Amorim's United were incapable of stringing together consecutive league wins. October, though, marked the beginning of something different. A victory over Sunderland opened the month. And while critics again dismissed it as expected against promoted opposition, the real examination was looming. Anfield awaited, where Liverpool, the defending champions, stood ready to expose United's fragility. Nobody gave the visitors a prayer, yet somehow United delivered a performance that silenced doubters, claiming all 3 points on enemy territory and securing back-to-back league victories for the first time under their Portuguese boss. Even then, the naysayers found their angle. Liverpool had been struggling, they argued, dropping 3 straight matches before hosting United. Pure fortune, they claimed. Bruh. But the Red Devils weren't finished. Brighton arrived at Old Trafford, a team with a history of causing United headaches, and were dispatched with surprising ease. Suddenly, 3 consecutive victories were on the board. From being ridiculed about their inability to win successive league matches for nearly 12 months, Amorim's squad had rattled off 5 wins from 7 outings. Before we dive deeper into whether this represents a genuine revival, let's establish something crucial here. If you're finding value in this analysis and want more football content delivered straight to you, make sure you're following along with everything we produce. Now back to the central question everyone wants answered. The honest assessment: Manchester United are heading in the right direction, but declaring them fully restored would be premature. Consider the advantages they have enjoyed. Playing just once per week has been a significant benefit. Their early elimination from the EFL Cup and absence from European competition means fresher legs, more training time, and better recovery periods compared to rivals juggling multiple competitions. These factors cannot be overlooked when evaluating their recent success. Credit must also go to the ownership structure. The summer transfer window saw investment in the squad, bringing in players Amorim specifically requested. More importantly, when results turned sour and pressure mounted from all directions, the board stood firm. They resisted the temptation to panic, allowing their manager time to implement his vision without constantly looking over his shoulder. This patience and support have created an environment where progress can flourish. Here's another positive indicator. United have already navigated matches against Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Manchester City. The toughest fixtures in this round of matches are behind them. The upcoming schedule looks considerably more manageable, presenting genuine opportunities to build momentum and accumulate points against less daunting opponents. But let's pump the brakes before getting too excited. Football history is littered with false dawns, and United's own recent past provides cautionary tales. Cast your mind back to the 2017-18 campaign under Jose Mourinho. Second place seemed like confirmation that United had returned to elite status. What followed? A 6th place finish? The very next season, the pattern continued under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who guided them to 3rd in 2019-20 and 2nd in 2020-21. Add a Europa League final appearance decided by penalties, and everyone became convinced the glory days were returning. They weren't. Form collapsed in 2021-2022, and Solskjaer was dismissed. Erik ten Hag's arrival brought renewed optimism. 3rd place in the league, an EFL Cup trophy ending a 6-year silverware drought, and an FA Cup final appearance suggested progress. The following season delivered 8th place in the league, though somehow, an FA Cup victory over Manchester City provided silverware again. The contradiction was stark. Trophies in the cabinet, but league performances trending downward and a style of play that failed to inspire confidence. Sir Jim Ratcliffe's takeover brought structural changes, starting with the managerial position. Amorim arrived midway through 2024-2025 with a distinct tactical philosophy. He presided over United's worst ever Premier League finish, yet simultaneously guided them to a Europa League final without losing a single match. Confusing doesn't begin to describe it. Throughout all this turbulence, Amorim never wavered from his tactical approach. Despite relentless criticism and mounting pressure, he maintained faith in his system. That stubbornness is now bearing fruit, and it's precisely why supporters feel differently about him compared to Ten Hag. The Dutchman accumulated trophies but never established a clear identity or sustainable methodology. Building a dynasty requires more than occasional cup triumphs. It demands a recognizable philosophy that can be refined and developed over time. Amorim brings that identity. His tactical fingerprints are becoming visible on the pitch. Getting players to fully embrace and execute his ideas has taken longer than anyone wanted, but the foundation appears solid. History shows that football's greatest teams always possess distinct characteristics. Guardiola's Barcelona, Ferguson's Manchester United, Wenger's Arsenal, each was immediately identifiable by how they played. Establishing that identity represents a crucial first step towards sustained excellence. If Amorim succeeds in cementing his approach, he might replicate what Mikel Arteta achieved at Arsenal, transforming a struggling giant into genuine title contenders through patience and clear philosophy. So, are Manchester United back? Not quite yet. The evidence remains incomplete, but the trajectory is encouraging. The signs are promising, and if this momentum continues, their return to prominence might arrive sooner than anyone dared imagine just a few weeks ago. The journey continues, and Old Trafford waits to see if this time, finally, the revival proves genuine and lasting. So what do you think? Will Manchester United survive this season, or will it become the worst season in the club's history? Leave your estimate at the comment below. Support the channel by subscribing and turning on notifications for our next tactical report, and thank you for watching.